not to be okay, and help is always available. And as we can see, PC, they're on the way to us now for the next of our races.
Now, X100, Hypo, Lewis Mills, the Sinister IV with Scott Kudston, the ProFormance with Nick Borg, and of course the Ricochet with Jake Wilson out of lane number 4 for this one.
Yeah, this is another exciting round of the X100 by Tattoos R Us. And it's going to be in second place. Just about getting a good spray there was Sinister IV. Getting a big hose down on the way in towards turn number 1. They're on the exit now, side by side. And it's the ProFormance boat on the outside, but Hypo making a good run. Lewis Mills up the inside here. They run side by side, right at the speed limit. They can't go any faster than what they're allowed to. GPS tracking all the way, so there's no denying it. As Nick Borg comes in, tries to close the door on Hypo, but Hypo gets out of the corner and will be credited with the leader on lap 1.
And they come down Nick Borg, put the pressure on the outside there of the Hypo with Lewis Mills behind the wheel. Looks like Ricochet is falling into 4th position with Jake on the wheel. But as they head down the back straight away now, it is Nick Borg on the outside of the ProFormance machine, trying to chase down Lewis Mills in the Hypo. Into 3rd position now is the Sinister IV with Scott Goodson. Rounding out the field is Ricochet with Jake Wilson behind the wheel. But it is again Nick Borg putting plenty of pressure here on the Hypo as they come almost together as they head down the straightaway. They'll see the yellow flag, 1 lap to go.
Yep, ProFormance on the outside, Hypo on the inside, Lewis Mills holding off Nick Borg as they bounce their way down the main straight here. Then we go back to Sinister, and behind them, rounding out the field, is Ricochet. But the battle, it's all on here up the front, side by side again, gunwale to gunwale. Now they start to spread out. Mills on the inside in Hypo and the little white boat, and Nick Borg down the outside in ProFormance. I think Hypo is going to take this out, although Borg looking for a run around the outside here. This is his last opportunity to put some pressure on. They come out, they are still side by side. Can Lewis Mills hang on? There comes Nick Borg. It's going to be Lewis Mills taking the win in Hypo by 1 boat length over Nick Borg in ProFormance. Then we go back to Sinister, driven by Scott Knudsen, and rounding out the field, Ricochet with Jake Wilson.
Oh, fantastic race out there in front. It's as if they're still racing, these two. Into it now. The checkered flag's gone out, but they are still well and truly into it. And you don't want to be doing that because you can be disqualified for doing an extra lap after the race is finished.
Yeah,
but these two go battle to battle.
They would have been side by side. I could probably understand that Lewis Mills couldn't have seen the flag, but no, they haven't, and they have actually crossed the line doing another lap. So we'll leave that in the hands of race control to sort that one out. But as we saw it, it was Lewis Mills across the line from Nick Borg, Scott Knudsen, and then Jake Wilson.
It'll be interesting to see what they do. You're not actually supposed to keep racing after the checkered flag, but I'm sure the adrenaline went up between the two guys. They were drag racing to the finish line and weren't probably looking at the checkered flag that was in front of them. So a great race between the Hypo with Lewis Mills and the ProFormance with Nick Borg out there. That was fantastic racing.